Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are surrounded by pageantry and tradition, and it's clear to see that college football will be at its best today. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. All right, guys, here's our first look at this offense today. And as we watch this wide receiver come onto the field, when you have a dude like this, you find ways to get him the ball over and over again, no matter what the defense tries to take away.
Yeah, because the defense can't win. Whether you double team him, we're still going to win. And they're going to give him the ball in quick passes. They're going to throw it deep, and they're going to take advantage of him every opportunity they can. They will feed him. They will feature him because he's just that good.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest.
Off he goes. He's at the 40, at the 20.
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like it, scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it in with a huge play, an 80-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Buckeyes offense will try to get something started with their first possession. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offense's day, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
Yeah, best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
The play-action fake. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
It's caught. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. The Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Man, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays.
And how good is it for a quarterback to have a running back he not only can just dump it off to, but can actually be dangerous as a receiver? Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
And the Buckeyes line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. A first down for the offense. Running back searching for a hole. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on first down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Dealing with a 2nd and 10 from the 20. Quick pass on the jet motion. Moving past the 25. He's off to the races. Inside the 30. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
How many ways can I get it to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays? This is another one you've seen. Catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, go in full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing, big turnover forced by the defense.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. The Buckeyes want to move quickly.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. No huddle offense to the line. On second down, wants to throw it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll throw it on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Gray. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Fires complete on the crosser. And he's wrestled to the ground. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. He makes a catch. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting first progression.
Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one. And the Buckeyes will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. And the D deny them on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run.
He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they tacked on the extra point. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going here.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. They get you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Quick pass on the fly motion. There he goes to the right. The 20. And he will house it.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. They're lining up to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his spot. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Escapes trouble. He uncorks one deep. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
Here comes the offense on first down. Running back goes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Touch pass on the jet sweep. That'll be a beneficial run as he creates some breathing room and gets it up to the 13-yard line. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. This is going all in. Goalpost virtually tapping you on the shoulder, heels almost in the end zone, and you're going for it. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He's got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it. Got the positive gain. I would say
he snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. 1st down for this offense. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the 2nd level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to
open runway ahead. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal.
I love this play call. You want to get your playmakers the football in space. What a creative way. This little kind of push pass by the quarterback. Get into the receiver's hands quickly and let him go make yards.
With jet sweep pass. Gets it into the end zone, but there is a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. The DBs will back off a bit. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Thought for a minute they were going to turn that into a score. They get the big play, but time runs out here in the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Orlando. The passing game for both sides has been outstanding. On point, unrelenting. They've excelled in the short game, the intermediate game, and especially on the deep ball. All in all, a thrilling display of offensive firepower, and these defenses have a lot to discuss here at halftime. With that said, let's send it back to the guys inside the bounce house.
All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And the returner will be dragged down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. The Buckeyes racing to the line in a hurry up. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And they got him for the sack. And how about that play by the free safety? You sort of got the feeling somebody's band was going to be playing after that one. Big gamble by the defense.
Yeah, a great job timing it up, catching them off guard, bringing the blitz. It is. Now, you say that because I get it. It's high risk, high reward. That time, high reward, getting the sack.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. They're working that left side. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the return, it's Marshall. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Offense set on 1st down. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
Touch pass on the run. The expressway is wide open. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space and let him go to work.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things. You can tell they got on the edge quickly and got the big first down.
Pickup of 1. It's down at the 11. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And now the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. TCU rolled to victory in front of those fans in Fort Worth who had the Go Frogs hand sign up for 60 minutes. Super Frog was flexing all game too, as complete a win as they've had for some time. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. And the Buckeyes in the hurry-up.
Really nice throw there to get the first down. And, you know, when you think about Ohio State quarterback play, especially here recently, it all comes down to efficiency. You have to make good decisions. You got to read the defense. And you got to be accurate. When you think of guys like Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud, guys who went in the first round, that's what they did. And this guy right here, I think he has the ability to be a first-rounder in the future.
On second down, they'll take to the air. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He looks that one in nicely. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, picked off. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? And the offense falls on the ball, but they'll still have to give it up. They're short of the first down.
I got to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. You thought you made a game-changing pick, but how about flying to the football, like you said, making the tackle, getting the football out, recovering it, and, you know, getting a first down. That's how you...
Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab on the left. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Splits the uprights. Good.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's got great speed. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. The back goes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Across the 45. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. They bring the punter onto the field now. 1st punt of the day, and he'd love to lock him up close to their goal line. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
From the gun, the ground game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man downfield. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a 1st down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Finds the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. It's complete. Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. Oh, look out. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And boy, did they finish with a huge play in the passing game, scoring from 85 yards out. And the returner will be knocked down. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do. So tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions.
Afterburner's coming. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. The right play here is try to win it in regulation. Don't be too conservative. Little touch pass to the receiver. Across the 10. Hit the afterburners, kid. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Shakes off the defender. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Into their happy place for a touchdown.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game, and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
On to attempt to try. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Michigan found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage maize and blue football. Those folks in the big house won't remember this one forever, but they will remember it was a W. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Lost, the defense is wide open. There he goes to the right. 10. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Massive score, now massive decision making. Obviously, extra point ties the football game. Easy peasy, nice job. A 2-point conversion, you win this thing. So I would kick it, but you know what? If you want to go for it, it's your decision.
And they'll try to win it right here with the 2-point conversion, and this crowd is electric trying to stop them. Direct snap. He will be stopped short of the goal line. The big gamble to take the lead with the 2-point conversion attempt does not pay off. Just over 20 seconds to play. They must recover this onside kick to have a chance. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this,
and he's running in the open. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's not just a touchdown, it is a dagger in this game.
That is how it's done. Great job by this offense, and because of the score and the time, you kick the extra point because you're going to make them go down the field, have to score, and get a two-point conversion to tie this football game. Great drive by this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. To the air, it's Gibb. They fake it, and the kicker's looking to pass. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Trying to find his man on first down. Got his man in the middle. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And he is brought to the ground, and that's how we'll wrap this one up. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College.